You have a big premiere tomorrow.
Oh my God, you guys. You know how like when you're anticipating something for a long time? Like we filmed this show in June of 2025. And, that's a long time. There's a lot of anticipation. So you kind of like think you're ready because it's like so far away. But now that it's here, I woke up this morning kind of like in like an excited panic, not like
Mhm.
a scared panic, but like, oh my God, like it's like a palpable anticipation. So I'm excited. I'm excited for just to see, because I don't know what happened. I don't know what was said, what was done.
I was about to ask that. So it's 3 episodes, I believe,
Yes,
3 episodes. So a lot of
on
so it will
Peacock.
consume all the timelines. I can't wait to watch and see. Are you ready for that? Because this is this a huge show.
No, you know what? No.
Pure and unadulterated. Every week we got you waiting. Candiace and Michael.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We made it into 2026,
I
guys.
felt like I crawled into 2026, but
You
we made it.
listen, but you made it with all your edges, and we're here. Welcome to Undomesticated 2026. I'm Candiace.
I'm Michael. How you doing, Candiace?
I'm great. I feel good today. Like I feel like the year, like January 1st is like this week. Last week was ghetto and it was raggedy, and I don't feel like I was ushered in properly. It was just too much going on, too many people in my house. It was a lot going on. But this week, like the first like real full week of the year, feels good. So hello everybody. How do you feel?
And you have a big premiere tomorrow.
Oh my God, you guys. You know how like when you're anticipating something for a long time? Like we filmed this show in June of 2025. And, that's a long time. There's a lot of anticipation. So you kind of like think you're ready because it's like so far away. But now that it's here, I woke up this morning kind of like in like an excited panic, not like
Mhm.
a scared panic, but like, oh my God, like it's like a palpable anticipation. So I'm excited. I'm excited for just to see, because I don't know what happened. I don't know what was said, what was done.
I was about to ask that. So it's 3 episodes, I believe.
Yes,
3 episodes. So
on
so it will
Peacock.
consume all the timelines. I can't wait to watch and see. Are you ready for that? Because this is there's a huge show.
No, you know what? No, it doesn't register to me that that the show is as big as it is. Like I know it's a big show, but it's not like registering. I didn't feel like Housewives was as big as it was. And I didn't realize it until many years later when I would like accidentally like deep dive into I don't know, the internet and see like, wow, people really take this seriously. So no, I'm
Yeah. And
no,
it's a
I can't
reality show that people that don't watch reality TV invest
watch.
in, like my book
Yes.
agent. Shout out to you, Jim, because
Oh,
doesn't know anything about Housewives, but as soon as I mentioned Traitors, like very
okay.
into Traitors. So yes, I'm a lot of people I know who they love that show. I love
Oh my
Traitors.
gosh.
I actually
Yeah.
missed last season because I didn't like what happened with Dorinda, but she's back, so I'm
Yeah,
excited to
she's
see her.
back with a
Obviously, I can't wait to see
vengeance.
you. I can't wait to see who you get into it with. I can't wait to figure out who you plan to cuss out at the
Oh,
reunion.
honey.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited for you. And we will be talking about
Thanks.
Traitors
We
on the
will.
show.
Yep. So tune in to get as much as I can give BTS and sort of like, my take on things as the episodes air. So, and 3 episodes is a lot to break down. So I'm excited to see them and like give my 3 cents on the
Yeah.
madness. Yeah.
And I'm doing all right. Actually, you know what? better than maybe the year as it exactly started. And it's
Mm.
nice that LA started. Monsoon season is finally over, at least
Oh, really?
temporarily. It's been raining a lot since literally Christmas.
Oh,
A lot of rain. People complain about the rain in LA for a lot of reasons. They can't handle the water. But ultimately,
right.
this time last year, LA was on fire. So I'd
Mm.
rather take the water than the
That is
fire.
fair.
So and peace
Yes.
to those still trying to recover from all of that. Like it's
Yes.
thing. But I'm okay. I'm excited about the year. Unforeseen kidnappings of presidents notwithstanding. Now, y'all didn't come here for geopolitics, but just you're waking up, you in the morning, you're like, oh, they
What is
kidnapped somebody
happening?
president. Does that
But the
I think
hypocrisy. We don't have to get into
Yeah.
it, but it's just, how are you kidnapping anyone for any crime when you are a walking high crime and misdemeanor? You fucking orange monkey.
Yeah, the world is so dumb. I think when I read that the opposition leader of Venezuela, he doesn't like her after she accepted the Nobel Peace Prize that he wanted
Yes.
and didn't give it to him.
Yes.
And that he was mad at Maduro because he saw him dancing. I guess he liked him better than the Trump dance. But in any event, it's more than ever to remind me how dumb the world is and to enjoy life as much as possible, because who knows what will happen the next weekend.
When your
But no,
president's gonna get kidnapped. Yeah.
I'm good. And
I
it
wanted
was
to ask you too. Wait, I wanted
Go
to
ahead.
ask you what you did for New Year's Eve. Did you do anything?
I didn't do anything. I usually play New Year's Eve by ear, and usually something like the last few years I usually go like to a house party or something. I didn't really do anything other than I think it was actually raining that night.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So I just mostly chilled. Was talking with like some of my friends and actually kind of planning out how I want my year to go.
Yes. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Do you like watch the ball drop? Like, do you stay up to midnight to like count down?
No, and since I'm in LA, we're like 3 hours behind. Like I'm off that. I think I caught a little bit of Don Lemon on my not really but my feed. I saw him with the mic upside down.
Yeah.
And he had like 1942 apparently sponsoring. So like that's good.
Great.
And actually I saw a clip of Anderson Cooper with
Oh my
the
God.
scene with Andy talking about grief. And I was like, oof, that hit
Yeah.
me. It was actually really beautiful. If y'all haven't heard Anderson Cooper's podcast, All There Is, it's actually quite lovely. It's really interesting exploration of grief. That Stephen Colbert episode was really nice.
Yeah. I listened to that one. Yeah. Ooh, that gives me chills.
Yeah, but hopefully actually I
Very
end this
thoughtful.
year doing something more festive than how it started. Because, 2025 was ghetto, but we here.
We're
and
alive.
ghetto not in a fun way. We have a lot of criminality to talk about again this week. Mostly civil suits, but others would say crimes, and some pocket of bright spots, courtesy of another angel from Houston. Do you want to start with the fake Stonian though, Drake?
Yeah, we can go there. So Drake, sir, I was on your side before all of this, but this is like, you're a screaming, walking hypocrisy. Like, RICO is coming to smite you, and you need to just be ready. So a federal class action lawsuit was filed on December 31st, end of the year, in the Southern District of Florida against the crypto gambling platform Stake, Drake, streamer Adin Ross, and George Wynn, who is known as the Grand Wizard. The RICO charges, the plaintiffs are invoking the racketeer influence, the RICO of it all. And they're basically alleging that that Stake funds were used to pay for botted or fake streams to artificially inflate Drake's music numbers across major platforms. And it's like, it's a deja vu, because weren't we just in a whirlwind of this whole situation with Drake and our cousin Kendrick Lamar and UMG, United Music Group, with Drake crying and complaining that Not Like Us was botted and scamming the earth to make Drake look bad. And that suit was dropped. It was the judge threw it out.
I will say a lot of it is all convoluted. Like he's not The gist I get of is like we're inundated now with ads to gamble on any and everything.
Yep.
It's pretty much keeping up a lot of the podcast market going. I've noticed in darker times because I hear nothing but ads all the time. And then there's the poly market thing where people can now bet on anything, including somebody that won like $400,000 on Madura. The Drake thing in particular, though, to your point, it was to me like you're essentially you sued UMG and accused them of doing what you're being alleged to do in this suit, which doesn't surprise me, but that's very Republican of him. And more beyond all of this other stuff, what I really want to know is I know the name Adin Ross, but I try to ignore it as much as possible. I don't know what it is, and every time I see it, it's something like incel-like. The last time I saw his name, he was coming for Doji, and from what I gather, he's always coming for Black women in a very particular way. So first and foremost, I'm like, Drake, why are you around him? But then I'm like, you always around a lot of these types. You seem to like a lot of them. You like very it's not MAGA, but it's definitely incel. So there's that. Drake being a hypocrite doesn't surprise. I wasn't rooting for Drake. I put it like this. I liked him initially when, doing Houston cosplay. He was doing a little too well. That bothered me.
Atlanta, Vegas.
He got some hits here and there. My mom like nice
Drake.
for what. So
yes.
I love that. She loved that. So I love that can bring her joy. But I do think he a bitch nigga for the way he came at Megan Thee Stallion. I also think he was bitch made the way he handled the whole Kendrick thing. Like you lost, just take that L and run.
Go home.
And I know people use the word Karen now. Apparently they use Jessica or something else. Now I don't give a... It's just mighty whatever. Also with Drake, I'm just like, you're embarrassing Black men with white moms. They already have a bad rap. And you are exactly what people say. And shout out to some of y'all white moms. I've been on some dates with some of y'all. Y'all know it'd be a little touchy. It can be.
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like with Drake, I kind of let him... I think after the Kendrick thing and the lawsuit, I just sort of was like, leave me alone.
I was done after that.
And the Nokia song was cool, but like everything else he's dropped, for the most part, hasn't been that great.
Yeah.
I still think that whole situation about because he seems litigious, so how do I want to put it?
Allegedly somewhere.
Allegedly, the thing, like I still remember the clip of Drake on YouTube with a girl on stage asking if she's 17 and him kind of like pulling up. And then I thought it was weird in hindsight that the dad was like, girl, get up there, which is its own weird thing. Again, the Meg stuff, I don't like it. Why you always coming at Meg? The free Tory Lanez thing. And now we're finding out that you are helping an incel allegedly scam people. Because that's sort of the thing. Like, what a lot of these people don't understand is like they're playing like, because it's like it's like a workaround. So you're not gambling with money. You're buying like some type of coin or like like currency they have, and you gamble with that, and then you can take those earnings and then cash out. But they're playing with house money. So regardless, they're fine. But you're being roped into doing this, again, allegedly. And so I don't know what will come of this lawsuit, but in the end, it just looks like like he's a hypocrite and a loser. And just go work on the songs. And
yes. And live in your palatial estate and live your life. Like it's sad because I loved Aubrey, Drake, Graham. I used to watch Degrassi on the Noggin channel.
I've never
when I was
seen
in
Degrassi.
college. I loved me some Degrassi. I don't know. I don't know how I found it. I think I was like home visiting my dad one summer after college, and there's nothing to watch, and I'm just hanging out at the house. And I was like, oh, what is this Noggin? And Degrassi was like the main show on that channel. And they would run like marathon episodes because it's like kind of like the Friends of Canada. Like it was like this huge show that had like 10 seasons or something crazy. Because you see them grow up. Like Aubrey was like this little mixed kid that didn't know what to do with his hair, and then he grows up and he becomes like a young man on the show. And I watched every episode and I was like, oh, wow, this Aubrey guy is becoming a rapper and he's working with Wayne. And I had a crush on Wayne in middle school. Don't judge me.
No judgment, no judgment. Wayne Poole. So who am I to...
I don't know what I was thinking, but I just had a huge crush on Wayne. And I was like, oh wow, I wanna, what's gonna happen with this? And then I loved, like, my high school sweetheart was also really into music. So he would send me like Drake lyrics as like his love letters
cute.
to me.
Which I hope he's not still a fan, because what Drake takes you with women.
No.
That's cute though.
It's sad. It's just sad, because it's like when we have to like relinquish the music of the people because the people are idiots. It's sad.
I hope his music gets better, because I used to at least enjoy that. When he started, I liked him, I guess the last time I really, really appreciated his music when he was deeply pretending to be doing 808s and heartbreaks. Now I have a side question for you. You're a plastic surgeon, great reviewer.
Really?
Now, what do you think of his alleged Etch-a-Sketch abs?
Well, I heard it wasn't just abs. I heard it was like booty. Is there not an alleged BBL in there?
I didn't notice ass on Drake. Did something change? I didn't see that.
Heard this is what I heard, that there was maybe some ass in there. You know, it tracks. It's not something that I am a fan of. Like,
aesthetically, does it look good to you? It looks strange to me, to be honest.
No, yeah, it looks like you stuck some silicone blocks like in your abdomen, when you literally, even if you don't want to like work out, you could at least go and do what's the thing where the electromagnetic waves pulse and they like make your abs contract. You could go do that. I would respect that over whatever he did. It just looks like you need to go see Dr. Nassif on Botched.
And did he do something to his face? Because, and mind you, I'm not perfect. People have said I look like a fake ass Chris Brown, a fake ass DeBarge, all types of stuff. People have comments. So I'm just putting that disclaimer before I finish. Yes. But I used to think Drake initially kind of like Captain Caveman. That's a very dated reference that people remember. But then something changed about his face and he looked a lot better. Did he tweak anything up there too? Allegedly.
I think he did something nose-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he gets filler. Like, I think because the way that his face, if you look at him like Degrassi days, he has like normal, sunken areas. And I say this as someone who is a proponent of the work. I get the work done. I get filler. I get filler under my eyes. I get it in my smile lines. I filler in my lips. I recently got a little bit in my chin because I was just experimenting and I like it. And I get Botox in my forehead. I get Botox in my crow's feet. I get Botox at the base of my nose. I get it in my nasal labial folds. I
learned a lot from you about this.
I get the work done. I got a little bit in my cheek bones or my cheeks just to kind of pull this back. I'm trying to belabor facelift. So these are all things that kind of pull everything back a little bit.
And this help you kind of peep what might be in Drake's.
Oh, for sure. And because I get the things done and I study it, I'm on socials looking at stuff. I gotta find the guy to send you the person we were talking about a couple of weeks ago. But yes, when you do stuff, you notice it. And so he definitely has plumped like here and here. Like he was cavernous in certain areas and he's not anymore. And a lot of men in Hollywood get filler and Botox. Like Rob Lowe, that face don't move. It's froze. Shout out to Rob. And I'll say allegedly in case he wants to sue me, but Rob gets the stuff done. A lot of the older whites get the things done. And I'm sure there are black men in Hollywood that get it done. Because like you succumb to the pressure and you're always looking at your face blown up on something. So you notice when things begin to do a little sag-a-lag-a-wag and you want to,
I'm wondering how much, of these alleged earnings is he using on some of these operations. But mostly I find this tacky and just another way to exploit people for money. And that's why I kind of switched to his cosmetic surgery because I'm more fascinated. But this is like another L to me in terms of like his PR. Do we think Drake is going to have a better 2026?
I don't care. Like, I don't.
That's a great answer, actually. That is a great answer.
Drake is literally the last nigga on my list of niggas. Like, I hope he's well. I mean,
I don't even hope that. You know what? This is another example of what happens when people cross Megan Thee Stallion. Don't play with God's favorites. Because she don't bother nobody. And look what's happening to him. And as we go into our next segment, look what's going on with her.
Mm-hmm.
So Megan Thee Stallion is so I actually when we met about this, I remember the deal was announced a few years ago when she started endorsing them and had the hottie sauce that she was gonna open franchises. I didn't realize this is actually the very first one.
Yes.
So on New Year's Eve, the day that Drake was getting sued for civil RICO, Megan Thee Stallion officially opened her first brick and mortar Popeyes franchise location in South Beach, Miami. She's a registered franchise owner rather than just kind of doing advertisements, which I love. Right. You actually getting equity.
Residuals.
She was on site for the opening, personally greeting and training the hot staff, which I actually liked in the clip. You could see like she wanted to talk to every single person in the room. And the manager was like, that's going to take all day. What I will say about that, just the part, like always trust the person who looks at, especially if they're like in the position of like authority or like the boss or whatever, that looks everybody in the room, shakes their hand, and wants to know their name. Like people really underappreciate how much like a few people, like some people like look through that. And the partnership with Popeyes also continues to support her philanthropic efforts, including a six-figure donations to various Houston community organizations. On Instagram, when she posted the video, she said, "I'm so excited, so proud, and I just feel so much gratitude." She said, "Hotties, I'm officially a franchise owner. Come to South Beach, Miami, and dine to us." And this is in addition to other ventures, her Chicas Divertitas tequila line, her Hot Girl Summer swimwear brand. And literally right before we were recording, I saw that she got something going on with Dunkin' Donuts too. So she is out here.
Listen.
And you were really into this because you wanted to stress how important it is to artists to make money outside of music, because in the streaming era, people don't. The checks are not the same.
A fraction of a cent. Now, I think in general, and my parents taught me this very early, is that you want to have multiple streams of income. And I think they say, if you want to reach millionaire status, you need to have at least 7 streams of income. But I grew up, in a house where my mom always had multiple things going on. She had her main job as a therapist, but then she had a dress shop at one time. She opened her own practice at one time. She helped my stepdad open his own practice. She had, she sold Avon at one time. She sold Mary Kay at one. She was always doing like everything. And I am the same way now in my almost 40s. So I credit my mom for like being that first example of how to be an entrepreneur, a Black woman entrepreneur. But yeah, for artists especially, people think that when they see you on TV, they think, oh, you got money. Even if you just was on local news, oh, she got money. No, like being on television, you often lose money to be on TV. If I'm keeping it real, like I won't reveal proprietary information, but a lot of times when you're doing these shows and doing these performances on TV, you are paying to do these things. You are not getting paid. And in music, and I feel like at this point, everybody kind of knows how the streaming era has like eviscerated income for artists. You're making cents on the dollar, fractions of a cent. I think Tidal pays the most of all the DSPs. And by most, I mean like almost $1 per stream. Almost. The others, you have to get like millions of streams to even get some Popeyes chicken out of Megan's store. Like,
yeah, you couldn't even get a combo with.
No. So kudos to her. And it's really inspiring to see a Black woman taking control of her financial increase, her financial destiny, and showing these kids that it's not cool to just be out here rapping and wearing your chains. There are other wizards behind the curtain at work here. It's not just, I'm going to become a singer, become a rapper, become an actor even, and I'm going to be rich. No, like you have to have multiple irons in the fire. You have to have multiple streams of income to sustain in this day.
And honestly,
and be touring.
And to your point, like artists aren't making as much money as they used to, but a lot of these labels still are. So these tech companies help them break up a lot. And we learn from Megan's legal battles, like she's making a lot of other people money. So I really love Megan Thee Stallion. I have been a hottie since the beginning. My friend Tatiana sent me pull up late. She was like, "You would like this." I was like, "Of course I would," because it's home. I love Meg. And she's been through so much. So it's nice to see her happy with Clay.
And thriving.
Tory ain't getting out of shit. That's what he get. That goofy ass
gonna keep proceeding.
Blogger lost her lawsuit. But just to see, like, and she's opening businesses, like it's especially like post grief. Like I don't think people understand like how hard that can be. So to see her smiling, to see her thriving is really good. And again, to see somebody like Drake catching lawsuits while she's just settling chicken, like good for Meg. And I'm excited about the album. Now, I did see she was asking people like, what do they want to hear? Now, I have a preference.
Tell Megan.
I want Tina Snow, actually bigger in Texas. I think that's her pocket.
Okay.
But at the same time, though, I will say, if you're an artist, I get wanting the fans' feedback. And this isn't a critique, just more like I know you want to please us, but do what you want to do. Take us where you want to go. I would say take a break, but usually you can't take breaks like that. And I kind of still want music. But yeah, I just want Meg to win. I want her to have a lighter year. And I want a lot of her enemies, all them terrible men and Nicki harassing her, to get what they deserve. But I don't even have to wish that because they already getting it.
Always comes. Yes.
Okay, so how do we want to? We shouldn't laugh. Okay. Get back up again. Okay. All right.
We don't know what's true.
We don't know what's true. So we were going to talk about something else, and then the Donnie McClurkin thing. We are pivoting. All right. So let's just get to it.
These men.
Giuseppe Carlotto filed a lawsuit alleging that Donnie McClurkin sexually abused him over several years. Carlotto, now in his 30s, was 21 when he first met McClurkin in 2003 after reading McClurkin's book about overcoming what the pastor called the curse of homosexuality.
Oh, Jesus.
According to the suit, McClurkin began molesting Carlotto during Pray the Gay Away spiritual sessions. He worked as his assistant starting in 2004 and traveled with him. The lawsuit alleges multiple instances of sexual assault, including at hotels during work trips and at McClurkin's church. Now, what makes the suit and what caught a lot of mainstream media attention already is that after an alleged assault at a Niagara Falls hotel in 2013, McClurkin reportedly sent Carlotto an email apologizing and calling himself a desperate, dirty old man. In the email, according to the lawsuit, McClurkin acknowledged wrongdoing and forcing Carlotto into something that you were consistently saying no to. Now, McClurkin's attorney has categorically denied the allegations, stating that they grossly mischaracterized, tripping over my words today, interactions that occurred over a decade ago and are contradicted by the real facts. And just a little bit more, he said that the abuse left, Carlotto says the abuse left him depressed and suicidal. He said he struggled to leave due to manipulation and guilt from McClurkin, and he ultimately quit working with him in 2008 and cut off all contact from 2013. He's now married and says he has found peace since embracing his sexuality, though he still struggles with attending church. So where would you like to begin, Candiace?
I think that...
Get back up again.
I think do we need to go back and have a lesson on like legal 101? Like, why are we putting shit in writing?
Yo.
We already talked about this.
Why are we
admitting guilt in writing? That is literally the first thing they tell you in like bootleg law. You don't even have to go to real law school. Go to bootleg law school. And they are teaching you, if you want to tell me something, like go where the mobsters, they were meeting on the corner and one was standing this way and one was facing this way. And they were having conversations because you do not write it down. You don't even get it on the phone because the phone is bugged. When you write it down, and especially in this age of the AI and the technology of it all, they are going to find the digital footprint. And
I don't have the full email on me, but when I was reading it, I was with my friend. I said, you can hear his voice in the email. Usually, you can read people's voice. It might whatever it is. It sounded like him. It literally was the same type of turn of phrases and the way he speaks.
That's it for me. Like I always give people the benefit of the doubt, but when it's some shit in writing,
yeah. Okay, so I will acknowledge Donnie McClurkin category denies everything that happened, et cetera, et cetera. My thing, he got some nice songs. We Fall Down, We Get Up. But I've always felt a way about the way he speaks about his apparent ex-gayness. I don't think you can pray away biology.
Now, I didn't know this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no,
about him.
In the past, he said some very slick, pointed remarks about queer people that weren't the kindest. This is like the late 2000s to the early 2010s. And then he kind of was more quiet about it because he did get a lot of criticism about it, particularly as he got more popularity. So he has repeatedly, spoken about the idea of praying the gay away. And again, he denies the allegation. So allegedly. However, usually if you want to find the type of predatory men, you would find them in spaces where they say that they can pray the gay away. This makes me think of certain Catholic priests, certain Southern Baptists, that whole situation.
Baptist churches. I attended a church where they had deliverance ministries. If you're from the DMV, you can figure it out.
But, yeah, and people will get mad, but for me, I've always had this frustration about this from a theology standpoint because those 6 verses that reference homosexuality in the Bible, there was a documentary called For the Bible Tells Me So, if people don't want to read. It really talks about how you have to look at words as they were in the historical content, and it had religious men of faith from men and women from various parts of like Christianity, and actually a Jewish rabbi kind of talking about in that way. So I've never really taken seriously people who don't. I mean, you can be religious, you can be a pastor, but you might not necessarily be a theologian, and you don't understand words and history. So that all aside, I just have always felt that to be full of shit. And obviously I'm biased because I'm gay and I love the Lord, but you can't pray away biology. And again, usually those that scream that, and especially so vehemently, are usually coming from a place of self-hatred. And usually when you're around people who hate themselves that much, they're not safe to be around in general. Again, Donnie denies it all, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Well, I'm not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm just going to acknowledge he denies it. I've already seen, though, in the comments, people are saying, you must have liked it. Why did you wait so long to sue? This must just be about money, et cetera, et cetera. This has been similar responses that we've seen in lawsuits related to Tyler Perry recently. And that Will Smith lawsuit, which I will say, and not to be biased, but the Will Smith lawsuit in particular, I don't know if you saw the details, but that was confusing. I was like, you didn't have any real interaction with this man. 50 Cent was basically like, oh, because you didn't keep your job or something. So
he was an assistant. Who was he?
It's so convoluted. I was like, what is he talking about? And Will never said anything to you directly. So how is this sexual harassment if the man, it was like Will trying to fuck you? And I don't want to say well, it didn't give it. I don't know about that one, but either way, particularly with the Tyler, those type of responses to the Tyler lawsuits and the Donnie McClurkin lawsuits are not different from how people talk about Cassie and other women who have come forward. That's just a terrible attitude to have. First of all, in the case of this guy suing Donnie McClurkin, why would he wait so long? Because a lot of people who say they have been sexually abused, who have been raped, take a long time to come out. It's not your place to tell somebody how long they to come out. Also, there's the fact that he is a celebrity, Donnie McClurkin. There's also the fact that there's a lot of guilt and shame related to not just being a victim of sexual assault, allegedly, but also being gay. There's still a lot of stigma to that. Like that's the whole
and then there's regular guilt and shame. And then when you add the guilt and shame that the church, and I say this as a Christian woman, and I go to church and I pray. I just had to pray over my entire house because there was a dead bird on our back porch, and the omen of a dead bird was not going to rest on my house. So I spent like an hour pleading the blood all over the house. I'm a Christian, okay? As a Christian, none, okay? I'm not taking no chances. And it was early. It's like the beginning of the year.
Why do I just envision you yelling the blood?
Literally, I was walking around holding shit, the blood. My friend Cliff, we do this thing when we're conjuring the Holy Ghost. You got to clap it in. No, I say this as someone who, has a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. The church adds another ton, a layer that is a ton of guilt to any situation. So to be Black, male, gay, and trying to exist in the church, all of those things on top of each other are stacked against you and to create a recipe for all kinds of mental strife, if you will.
A post from Donnie McClurkin is up on our Greenlets. Create in me a clean heart. Lord, renew my spirit, restore my joy, and remind me who I am in you. There's no place like God's presence to start fresh. Yeah, nigga. And if you did that shit, you better atone and pay that man. Allegedly.
I also have maybe not so much for Uncle Donnie McClurkin, because he's someone that we know in this space as a man of God.
And he's been through abuse himself. He shared.
He has said. I did see that. But people, sometimes I'm like, you don't never say nothing about the Lord. And the time you about to get snatched up by the RICO or whomever, now you want to post your Bible verses. Relax.
My thing with Donnie, it's let's say he didn't do this. I think he's still guilty of using his religion to beat on those who really need more love than ever, and that is queer people. I have not forgotten the nasty things he said. Maybe I don't recall an apology, but again, like the email, if that's not him, it sounded a lot like him. I would love to hear the explanation in the future.
The nail in the coffin.
Yeah, it's very like, I'm sorry, like your conscience clicked in. But just also, what really makes me sad ultimately is like we're in this climate where they're literally suing to bring back these conversion therapy places, and I'm pretty sure that Supreme Court is going to allow it. Now I'm just thinking about not only like it's going to just be so much harm. Not only are you going to further teach people to hate themselves and distort religious dogma to suit an agenda, you're potentially putting them in rooms with those who are fighting themselves to the point where they then abuse others in these ways that are described in this suit. Again, I hope it's not true, but it's not looking good for y'all boys. So we fall down, nigga, get up and explain yourself. Get back up again.
And shout out to Tyler Perry, who is living in his own version of a fresh.
Now how are we gonna talk about that one? Surviving. Well, okay.
Is it giving? Oh God, it's not giving surviving Tyler.
Surviving Madea.
No, I can't. I can't.
I don't know.
That would be hard for me. That would be harder for me than the Donnie of it all. Simply because I feel like for my generation and for my orbit, Tyler Perry has been very present. And, I'm like watching every Madea movie, but you know, when I go home to Alabama to see my grandmother and my aunts and the people, the Black delegation love Tyler Perry, and he has become such an ingrained part of our Black culture. And so it almost feels like an R. Kelly death to have to say, wait, we have to banish this person too because they are an alleged something or other. I'm not ready.
I'll just with the Tyler Perry situation, I'll let him fight his legal fights. I would say I could understand perhaps why more people are skeptical of the second suit than the first, because like the Donnie McClurkin situation, in the first suit, there are text messages that were published that looked I don't know if they prove necessarily harassment, but were overly, I don't know, friendly, I guess.
The one, I don't know, correct me, the ones that I saw, we're talking about Tyler.
Yes, and the first suit with the white guy.
Yes. Wait. The ones that I saw, I don't know if it was the white guy or the guy with the dark hair.
That's the more recent where he was asking for money for medical bills. Though I could see why people are like, I don't know his story, but I could see why people are like, huh? Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The other one, when that first lawsuit, those text messages, I'll just say, were widely mocked on Twitter, especially.
Okay, I didn't see those.
Yeah, those were like, he texted that guy a lot.
Saying what?
I don't, because I don't want Madea to sue me, so I don't remember exactly. But they were friendlier. I don't know if they prove abuse, but it caused more people to question his sexual. I guess it caused more people who had thoughts about his sexuality to do that.
He's never come out as anything.
No, he's not. He's not gay. Look, he got the baby mama.
Yeah,
because Madea owned everything. I would just actually, the better way to how I want to say this is let the court settle it. But moving forward, y'all, you should watch what you text and write people. And also, if someone accuses someone of stature of sexual harassment or any coercion or whatever type of hostile work environment, the immediate impulse should not be, ooh, he done gave me a job and he done me so good and Lord, I loves me some Tyler Perry, which is what a lot of Black people in Hollywood and Black media outlets did. And to that I say, I love us for real, but we go out of our way sometimes to rally behind people just because they're powerful and have access, and they're accused of essentially doing real harm by people. And you would think we would learn our lesson by now, but we haven't, which lets me know how much people actually care about these types of crimes or bad behavior, which ain't much. But yeah, you know what?
That lends itself to a whole other issue, I think. I mean, Tyler Perry is one of the very few filmmakers in power who has access, beyond just writing a script. That is employing a lot of Black people. I'm not excusing people for excusing his alleged behavior, but I feel like, yeah, if I'm an actor and that's how I make my living, and the one person who is willing to take a chance on me and give me a shot is being accused of X, Y, and Z, am I gonna be the first person to sit up and say, and condemn him? No, because I need to work, and I'm thinking about my family and my apartment and my bills and being able to take care of myself. And there's no one else willing to give my Black ass a job.
I feel that, but I think there's something to be said of not maybe jumping on the bandwagon, but then you rushing to jump into a PR campaign about some stuff you don't know about. And you're equating giving me a job and putting money in my pocket with, I don't know, morality. And frankly, again, he has earned his money. I understand he means a lot to people. I like Madea plays. They amuse me. At the same time, a lot of Black actors are happy about the money he put in his pocket, but have you asked Black writers how they feel about that stuff? And that to me is also why we worship so much about billionaires and rich people. Very seldomly are they like equitable billionaires. So I don't know why we should worship wealth so much, and we get caught up in this representation trap and all this Black excellence and yada, 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 but it's also coming at the expense of people's humanity, allegedly. Again, I don't know what he did. Again, I think that second lawsuit, or didn't. I think that second lawsuit, I can understand why people are like, I don't know. But with the first one, I just thought, you know what, even if you did send some text that like made him weirded out, why did we even to me, I'm like, you shouldn't even let this get public. Let your lawyer get rid of this or whatever. But good luck to him. I would say I'd rather be in his position than Donnie McClurkin's, because that email did not look great. And again, much like Drake, you got to pay for what you said. Allegedly. I hope he didn't do it. Get back up again. Okay, wait, can I do one more creep? This is a surprise on you, but it's just me getting it out because we teased it at the Christmas episode. But let me just, Sharice, if this ever finds you, I know, I'm sorry, Candiace.
Where's my water?
I'm sorry. Okay.
Go ahead.
Now, when I watch Ashley Darby give that explanation in response to Sharice's great interview, a lot of clips. I'm gonna finish Carlos on Carlos King. We love Carlos. Okay, look, you're 37, you're 27. I get the age difference. Your response to people being weirded out by you should not be, I didn't do anything illegal. No one said you broke the law. What people said is you crossed the boundary. You're being tactless and tasteless, and you're being weird. And while, yeah, you didn't, okay, he's 27. You met him when he was a minor. I'm sorry. If I meet any of my friends, co-workers, kids as minors, they're always going to be a child to me.
That's my nephew. That's my niece.
Yeah, it's weird. What also didn't help was on the show, when you're telling Sharice about it, you sort of intimate like you're getting, like you were drunk or tipsy and he kind of pushed up on you, which for me, I don't like, because I noticed like there's a pattern. Like, I don't like how you talk about men on this show. And you throw them under the bus. Obviously, you know firsthand. More recently, I didn't like with Angel's husband. She's talking about he has a temper. You're trying to make him an angry Black man. And also, when you're talking about Sharice's son, not only are you being weird and creepy about this shit, you also sort of intimating that he took advantage of you. That could be, you're talking about consent in the video when people are on your ass, but yeah, when you were on the show, you're like kind of putting it out there like he took advantage of you because you were drinking. That could be construed another way too. And I'm tired of that girl making Black men look crazy on that show when she was protecting somebody who was actually doing some really nasty ass shit, allegedly, which we saw on the camera on the screen. Like, that shit is weird. And Candiace didn't put me up to this. I'm not her like mouthpiece. She get on my nerves. She been getting on my nerves on that show because I don't like that Black sense she got. I found that shit corny. And really, that Sharice shit was weird. It's weird. You ain't break the law, but you weird. You met him as a minor. It's weird. And then you intimated you fucked him. Why would you even be telling somebody's mama, yo, I fucked your son? Like, who does that? I'm not telling people's moms like, yo, I fucked your son. Like, what? I don't get it. So no, like Ashley Darby, you're not illegal, allegedly illegal, like somebody aforementioned, but you are weird. Weird. The shit weird. And I'm tired of her. And I hope she get it at the reunion. Yeah, and that wasn't that nobody asked me, but I just wanted to put that in the creep section. Yeah, and see, Candiace didn't say nothing. She ain't watching, but it's weird. So Sharice, do your media tour. Talk about her. Go off.
Yeah, Sharice. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of Sharice. I'm proud of her for speaking up and saying, I watched that whole interview and a friend of mine sent it to me and said, this is worth watching. And I said, I'm going to watch it. And I watched the whole thing.
There's that book, Not All Diamonds and Rosé, I believe, that breaks down like the history of Real Housewives. And so for a lot of people that give her shit,
Dave
like
Quinn,
even if
shout out to Dave Quinn.
Yes, that was a great book. Even if she's not your cup of tea on the show or whatever, like if you read that book, she really did play a big role in the formation of that show.
Oh,
so I can understand like her feeling a way about it. So sometimes you should also, as an audience, understand that like you're getting an edited version of a person.
Yes.
There's a mountain of footage that they sign away their rights to make somebody like create a narrative about it. So like, I don't discredit what she contributed to the show, even if you don't like her. And again, that shit is weird. So Charisse, talk your shit. That is weird. And the fact that Ashley's like, ooh, you want clout. Girl, you want clout. Why are you telling somebody on national television, yo, I might have fucked your son or I kissed him? It's weird. Okay. So I cut you off. It's just weird.
My God, today.
Well,
anywho.
I think we're ready for the officially the nobody asked me segment.
Yes, the official. And you know, we're gonna stay in that same the same vicinity with my nobody asked me but. So nobody asked me but Pastor Jamal Bryant, can you just come to the front just for a second? He took to the pulpit recently to defend his wife, Dr. Is it Karri or Karri? I can't pronounce her name. Dr. Turner Bryant is her name. I think it's Karri Turner Bryant. Beautiful woman. She's also a woman of God. I think she's a pastor as well. Recently married, and she is, she's a diva. She dresses in a particular way. I think a way that a lot of people in the church would deem not Christ-like. As someone who grew up in a Southern Baptist church, I experienced and witnessed a lot of that judgment. And she recently wore a beautiful gown that was like flesh toned, very form-fitting. And there were a lot of members of the congregation, the church people, churchgoers, that had a lot to say about it. And Pastor Bryant literally got in the pulpit and read the people of God their rights. And it was funny, it was entertaining, and I kind of clutched my pearls. But then I was like, is this really the appropriate response as, a community leader? It felt like you took off your pastor hat, your community leader hat, and you were just sort of standing there bare as a petty husband that was not going to let nobody talk shit about their wife. And that's fine, but I kind of don't want to see my pastor reading the congregation for filth. Read the devil for filth. Okay,
right.
Read these demons for filth.
Yes, read the devil for filth.
Yes, we beefing with the devil always, perpetually beefing with the devil. But why are you beefing with your congregation? Like, they're not going to like everything you do, everything your wife does. And you knew before you married Dr. Turner Bryant, who's a lovely woman, that, she was this beautiful woman who dresses in her way and puts on her things. She wears her labels and her colors and her things, and she looks great. You knew that when you married her, and you knew when you married this woman who chooses to don these garments, that your congregants were going to have something to say about it. So to use a sacred space such as the pulpit to criticize people of God who you were supposed to be bringing into the church, bringing into the fold, praying for, not against, I just was kind of like, this was too real for me. It was just too.
Yes, I'm so glad you brought this up. Okay, I'm a man, so I'm gonna watch myself. First and foremost, she's a beautiful woman.
Stunning.
A woman has every right to wear whatever she wants.
And it was tasteful. She was covered. It wasn't like she had nothing out. She's straight. She's curvy. She's a beautiful shape. Her wig is on straight and is blended, and her lace is thin. It's not giving helmet,
Yeah, this is the part that's gonna get me in trouble. Okay, she can wear it if she wants. I think she looks great in the dress, and it definitely does hug her body. But But I do think if it were all black, you know, it would be hugging her body no matter what. Flesh material by nature is suggestive. And as I'm looking at the dress now, it's a lovely design. But the design kind of points directly to her pocketbook. I'll just say it as that. Yes.
I didn't notice that. I didn't notice
yes, it's if you look, it's right there. And to your point about him going to the pulpit, he basically was like, y'all ain't been nowhere. So I don't know. It's New Year's Eve. We at church. We looking for the Lord. And you talking about y'all broke. And it reminded me how, I mean, he might have changed, but because I used to write about some of the things he said back in the day too, around the same time as Donnie McClurkin, actually, when he once did a sermon, These Hoes Ain't Loyal. And he also once talked about sanctified sissies. I think
I remember that.
Maybe since matured since then.
I remember that.
And I don't want to just, so again, like she can wear whatever she wants. The zoom in is killing me. I wish y'all could see.
Like, shout out to Miguel.
Miguel is hilarious.
Hilarious.
But the dress is suggestive. And as First Lady, I can imagine maybe why some people aren't exactly maybe the most Christian-like in their commentary. Is it unchristian to hold their Christian person accountable? I thought a lot of people like to say, you know, you shouldn't judge the next person. But from my understanding, Christians are supposed to hold another Christian accountable if they claim to be a person of the faith about certain standards. But that's because
there's a way to do it.
There's a way to do it. But I also think a lot of Christians don't actually want to be called on to live up to those ideals. They just want to have the label and move around. And again, she seems lovely. She seems beautiful. But I also kind of, that version of Christianity to me is, and again, I'm like a God-loving heathen, I guess, and I haven't been in church as much, but there was another picture I saw of her, nothing sexually suggestive, but it's like a holiday picture, and she had on Balenciaga. It was like Balenciaga. Yeah. So I'm thinking, okay, aren't you behind the Target protests about their anti-DEI stuff? So your wife, which again, that's your wife, she can wear whatever she wants, but Balenciaga certainly has plenty of instances of racism and anti-DEI. So how is it acceptable to wear that in a holiday card, but then you telling people not to go to Target? Which, yeah, I just don't get a lot of it. They can wear whatever they want, but calling somebody, y'all broke, but talking about my wife, I bought the dress.
And you stand in the pulpit where you probably, after the sermon, for those of you who go to Black church, ask for the offering. Like, is it whatever Sunday y'all do your offering? I hope it wasn't that Sunday.
Yeah.
Because to call me broke and then ask me for my tithes,
And I will give them credit. Like he said, they didn't talk enough about the money they raised for UNCF. And I won't deny Jamal Bryant does a lot of work for the community.
Leader. He leads the people. Yes. So, Jamal has done a lot for the Black community. We will not take that from him.
At the same time, nobody's above reproach. And while she looked great in the dress, I just think sometimes that version of Christianity gives, and this includes him too, not just her. It's like baddies for Christ. And I'd be curious to know what the Lord thinks of that. But guess I'll have to wait and find out eventually. Which brings me to my Nobody Asked Me. A little bit of hood news. I just want to say goodbye, Chrisean Rock.
Is she gone?
She left the show this week. I'm tired of her.
Goodbye.
Tasiki, you say she loved her sister, but she was trying to watch her. She wanted her sister to get beat up by her friend who can never beat up her sister because her sister is like
Chrisean's sister.
Yes. She's accused some things. She's made allegations against Tasiki about molesting her and all this types of stuff, but then apparently privately apologized and took it back, but then is on the show and they said they were all good, but she doesn't seem to be all good with her. And she just was a life suck, and I want her to find healing and stuff. But she's another one who holler about the Lord and talk about Jesus, but ain't doing nothing godly on the show.
So with that tooth missing out her mouth, talking about Jesus.
Her sister thought about her too. Her sister was fed up. She was like, you missing your teeth? Like, look at your hair, you childish. Like Tasiki was fed up, and Tasiki, I love you. I just want to put that out there. But Chrisean, you were bringing baddies down, and I love Tasiki too much. You got to go. And good riddance. Good luck. But other than that, baddies, you would say, is bringing me life. And it's actually my 1 year Zeus anniversary because when LA caught on fire, that's when I finally gave in to Zeus. So, and Tasiki is what actually kept me there. So, Team Siki. And I promise. No, you're saying it right, Tasiki. But yes, A lot of alleged criminals and fake Christians today. Praise the Lord. Clean out the mess. I think we did good the first episode of 2026.
Yes, I'll take it.
And y'all, thank you so much for leaving comments.
Yes.
Please continue to follow or where you listen to us. Continue to like and subscribe on YouTube. We are loving the YouTube comments.
I was down in the comments. I hope you guys saw. I was replying from my account to a lot of the comments and liking. You guys are so sweet and supportive. And because I stay out of comments, but I actually went in and was reading, and it is just heartwarming to see you all loving our show and us and calling us your favorite. We see that, and that means the most to us.
Yes,
so thank you.
And y'all are finding us, so keep telling folks, tell a friend, keep leaving comments, particularly on those podcast platforms. It really helps us on the algorithm get discovered.
Yes.
But yes, we will see y'all on YouTube. Keep giving advice. Y'all encourage the hood news, so it's staying.
Yes.
And Candiace, I literally cannot wait to watch these first 3 episodes of Traitors and talk to you about it.
Get involved.
And we're going to try to also get some folks from your cast to come talk. The ones that are not upset about what they see. We're going to lift everybody in prayer. But I am really excited for you. A lot of people have missed you on TV, including me. So it'll be good to see. And also to make you laugh, you were one of the really few Real Housewives that on that show that did an event with a budget. And
listen,
that is missed. I just want to let you know.
I take pride. They not doing didn't Wendy do her birthday party when she came in on a boat?
Oh, her stuff was nice, but I thought you were talking about, well, you didn't see it, but the most recent event that they did, no, it was fun in that, but it was like they had Popeyes and Ashley brought some nasty catfish while trying to talk about Stacey's potato salad. So that, no.
Catfish?
But
did she make the catfish?
I don't know. It's hard to make catfish not look good either. It's so like she was trying to shade Angel about the catfish, but the catfish didn't look good. And that's mostly the offense. But you know what? That said, I'm gonna leave on a good note. I love her uncle. Uncle Lump is
Uncle Lump can do no wrong.
No. The only one with sense.
And her mama. Mama Sheila, shout out to Mama Sheila and her wigs.
Her mom's nice, yes.
Her mother is the salt of the earth. I enjoy her mom. Her mom, Ashley and I will be beefing. And her mom will be like, girl, come over here and give me a hug. Like, she don't care about none of that stuff. She is just
I love that, actually.
A down home. Mama Sheila is, that's a real.
Girl, come on, give me a hug.
She literally can't. She squeezed me. I was not fucking with her daughter. Like, fuck this bitch. And I was like, hey, Miss Sheila. And she was like, come on, give me a hug. And squeezed me like I was her child.
Miss Sheila, you have a blessed week. You deserve it.
The best week ever. You and your wig. We love you. Anywho. For the first time in 2026, may your life be soft. May your boundaries be strong. And may your group chat in 2026 stay private. Okay? See you next time on Undomesticated.
Bye, y'all. See y'all next week. Not L.A. Reid being a creep. Allegedly.
I'm not ready. Everybody take a nap. Undomesticated is presented by Odyssey and Agenda Management and Production. Our executive producers are Brandon Sharp from Agenda Management and Production and Corinne Gilliard-Fisher. Our executive producer from Odyssey is Leah Reese-Dennis. Miguel Contreras is our senior producer. Michael Arsenault and Candiace Dillard Bassett are our producers. Sound design, video production, and engineering by Miguel Contreras. Booking by Jillian McEwen. Original music by Candiace Dillard Bassett, Nairi Davidson, and Donald Hazel Sales. Special thanks to Nairi Davidson, Maura Curran, Josefina Francis, Hillary Schuff, Eric Donnelly, Kate Hutchinson Rose, Lauren Lombardi, David Gannon, Kurt Courtney, and Lauren Vieira.
It's a lot of names.